quarters. Chicago by 2.
You know, you mentioned close games by Detroit as Polynice tries to bank one in off the glass, and Bill follows it back in. They have 5 consecutive losses, Kevin, by 3 points or less going into this game. Wow.
And what's the difference? Why does that happen?
We talked about free throw shooting. They get down the stretch. There they are. They are like number 25 in the NBA from the foul line. Injury factors. They could use a Mark Aguirre out here right now to score some points for him, but he's on the bench. Rodman has missed games. All those things.
Traveling violation on Chicago and Scott Williams.
This guy may lead in scoring, but he also leads the NBA in steals. Michael Jordan with the deflection over to Darrell Walker for the score.
Now 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Michael Jordan today with 24 points, 10 of 21 from the field, 5 assists and 3 rebounds. Mills, Rodman, difference of 7 seconds. Game clock to the shot clock, as you see. Nice knock away by Pip, and Jordan with 10 with which to work. A 3 by Michael, and a foul called on the play on Joey Dumars. And just under 7 seconds remaining in the third. How has Chicago got back in this game as we try to trail the deficit of 18 to now a tie ball game at 74?
Michael, realizing that there's plenty of time on the shot clock, advances the ball, stops, pulls up behind the three-point line, and that's the sign of the great players trying to drive that stake through the heart of the opponent. Something that Larry Bird would do typically for the Boston Celtics. You come back, you get to the point of being even, and just before the quarter ends, let's drive that stake in. Let's knock out a three-pointer to really send them back to the huddle with their head down. But as you mentioned, what's some of the reasons? Well, Chicago has picked up their field goal percentage. They've gotten a little more help for Michael Jordan. For Detroit, who shot 62% in the first half, they're not shooting nearly as well. Remember now, Mills, 20 points in the first half, only 2 so far here in the second half.
Mills had a 16-point first quarter when the team hit 15 of their first 18 shots. That's the time remaining in the third. Thomas, what a pass. Mills, Lambier at the buzzer. Yes! You couldn't ask for a better third quarter. Bulls coming from 7 down at the half. Michael Jordan, a tremendous third quarter of play, 12 points, and we are tied at 76 apiece.
Here's Tim Hardaway behind the back. Oh, he spins and scores. I'ma get mine, so get yours. I want to see sweat coming out your pores. Come on, come on. Monster slam. Feel it, feel it.
Drexler.
Oh! Feel the vibration.
Nice pass.
Oh, you gotta love it. A little magic.
Last 3 games, he's been about 55% from the field, so he's feeling it. He is 6 of 9 today. There's Mills. And the double by Neely and by King. They're really getting on Mills after he started out with a flurry that Bulls could not stop. Dennis Rodman.
Believe it or not, Dennis Rodman has really improved his offensive game this season. They actually run a post-up series for Dennis. Players have been looking for him a little bit more in the transition game. He has converted, shown a little hook at times. So he's starting to like putting a couple points on the board.
Alvin Robertson. Lambier's been left free, and he's hitting every time. Bill Lambier from the field. 10 points and 5 of 7 from the field. But Lambier's had some great entry passes as well.
If you draw the double team, it can look across the floor. That time it was supposed to go down low. A little deflection. Bill will take the assist.
Jordan from downtown has gone 1 of 2. He's got a game-high 26. And when you look at close games, Detroit involved with one right now. They lead by 1, but here is what has happened all season long in close games.
And there's a variety of reasons, as we mentioned before, why they have been in so many. Actually, it's 21, okay, that have been decided by 4 points or less. They have won 8 of those and lost 13 of them.
Michael Jordan by 2 bars. He puts it down. 28 for Michael Jordan. And he gives the Bulls a 1-point lead.
You can expect that in the fourth quarter here, the defense will tighten up. Points will be hard to come by.
Armstrong outracing Lambier. And Chicago goes up by 3.
We talk about the ultimate in frustration. Bill Lambier trying to run down a basketball with B.J. Armstrong on one side and Michael Jordan on the other side, chasing it. Bill knowing that if he doesn't get there quickly, it's a layup.
Armstrong is too shy of his season-high 20. What a pass inside. Lambier from Isaiah Thomas. Thomas in the game now with 10 assists. Pippen backs off Rodman. That gives him the gap, and Rodman collects the miss. 9 rebounds for Dennis Rodman. We're approaching 8 minutes remaining in the fourth. Double and Mills. On the defense of Chicago, putting the clamps on Detroit. That has been the difference in the second half.
And you can see the adjustments by Phil Jackson and his staff. Now when the ball goes down to Mills, they come quickly. They come with another big man, so it's tough for him to get a clean look out of the double team.
Neely from King. Banks it in. Ed Neely. He's got 4.
I did not hear him call glass before that shot went up.
87-84. The Chicago Bulls lead by 3. You talk about frustration. Well, talk about Bill Lambier.
Here it is. The ball is rolling in the backcourt. He's got the lead. He had the lead. They get the score.
He just lost the lead, huh? Chicago with their biggest lead today. We're midway through the fourth.
You know, I have played golf with Michael, and immediately afterwards he said he had never seen anyone with a golf game quite like mine.
You saw parts of the course you never thought existed, right? Nice move by Isaiah, getting by the double team and swerving inside. Foul called on Ed Neely. That'll be his second personal foul. Is there the same extreme dislike between these two teams, Mike?
I don't know if the, as I said, hatred is quite the same, but you have two very, very highly competitive teams here. One which held the title for a while that the other one was trying to get. Then the other team comes on and takes it away from them. You had so many heated matchups and rivalries, and I think what takes some of the edge off that is the way that Detroit has started this season out with a number of problems within the program.
It has been a very chaotic year for the Detroit Pistons. Michael Jordan for 3. They get the break, but the Bulls get back on defense, and there's Darrell Walker again. Neely scoops it up. Here comes B.J. Armstrong. He'll spot up from 15.
You know, I mentioned earlier that Darrell Walker has given them some of that energy that Cliff Levingston used to give them, but it comes in a different way. Levingston would be on the glass, setting big screens, get offensive rebounds for him. He'd lead the cheer just before they came out of the locker room. Darrell Walker does it by getting back in, stripping basketballs, and helping do all the dirty work.
Look at Isaiah Thomas. Pounding off bodies, and Isaiah now with 14 points, 9 assists. Let's watch it again.
Sometimes they take Isaiah out of the point guard role and put him into the scoring guard role. They used Bill Lambier as the feeder that time. The concentration, the off-balance shot in the bottom.
What kind of foul shooting team is Detroit? You watch this team all season.
They have missed a number of big free throws. Isaiah, that time with the air ball, shooting 72% from the foul line. The team overall shooting just 71.8%, under 72% as a team.
And 50% today, 8 of 16. Chicago, 8 of 9. Not many shooting fouls we have seen today. In fact, only 7 shots in the first half. King swings it out to Neely. Well, Ed Neely just given his Bulls a 5-point lead. He's got 6 for the game, and we're in the fourth quarter and halfway through it.
You don't think that you would bring Ed Neely in, a 25% shooter, since he's been in Chicago this season, as a jump shooting source for you.
Isaiah answers at the other end. And Isaiah's got 16. Detroit has lost 3 of their last 5 at home. King in traffic, and down it goes. And Chicago leads it 93-88. Bulls, in contrast, on the road, the best record of any team in the NBA.